I don't know if any of you remember this guy from 2 years ago, but he's the same scale as this Diorama 1350, and I thought I'd just stick him in there so everyone can see how big he is to a C-130. You know, he is huge compared to a C-130. I mean, just huge. Let me zoom this out a little bit so you guys can get an idea. Street lights come up to his kneecap. Okay. Just thought I'd get him out and put him on here and take a look at what he looks like trekking around. Don't want to put him on the grass though, because this still isn't cured up 100% yet. But anyhow, we're going to take some photos with Mr. Godzilla encroaching upon the base. Maybe put a tank or two on here real quick. I'm rambling. I'm going to get going. Enough playtime. I need work, not playtime. Talk to you guys later.
Este es como el tanque de gasolina, sí, de gas, para el celeste. Así tiene los aeropuertos. Un helicóptero allá y esa es la pista. Y luego va a tener estos como tanques de guerra por ahí. Todavía le falta mira los arbortantes. Él los hizo con alambre, les metió la luz, todo lo hizo él. Todo. Los están prendidos, ¿verdad?
Hello everybody. First thing, don't use this stuff for groundwork. It does not dry clear. Found that out the hard way. It's no permanent damage. I can fix it. Just now I got something I have to fix. Alright. Just wanted to drop that in there. You're going to see that in the next clip. Alright, be back in a bit. Hello everyone. In a couple of segments I have shown using alcohol as a paint stripper. I took the paint off the Honda body with it. It will take Tamiya primer off. This part right here was painted with Rust-Oleum black primer. It took a little bit of scrubbing to get it off, but it came off and it wasn't difficult hard scrubbing, and I didn't mar the surface. Okay, I was basically just using a bamboo skewer to loosen the paint up and then a toothbrush to get the rest of it. I've already done a light sanding over the part. What I'm going to do is glue the photo etch doors back on it now, and then it's going to get primered. Okay, so we're going to get some paint on this thing and we're going to get it taken care of so I can get it mounted on the Diorama base. This is the thing that's holding me up on the Mercury 9. Once this gets done, the rest of it just flies together. Okay, so just wanted to show you, yes, alcohol will strip paint, probably as well as simple green and purple power will. Now, if I really wanted that off there quick, I'd use Castro Super Clean. I wouldn't even have had to scrub. It just shreds paint. It doesn't harm the plastic. It's a degreaser, and degreasers break the bonds up in the paint. Anyhow, just wanted to show you. Alcohol. It does work. Not the best solution for some things. For a lot of things it is. Acrylics, it'll take them right off. Lacquers, it'll take them right off. That primer, Rust-Oleum black primer, I don't know what that stuff is, but it's thick and heavy and it didn't want to come off easily. But yet the alcohol did remove it. So there you go. Just wanted to show you. Back in a little bit. Okay, I got the Cuisinart put down on the base. I've got more groundwork done. I'm not going to do too much more. The fence broke free over here, so that's got to be glued back down tonight. I'm not going to do too much more. I'm going to leave this pretty much like it is. I need to fix this area a teeny bit, and I figured out how to do that today. So that's going to get done. Alright? But once that's done, I'm done with the groundwork. I'm about to mount this antenna. This radar dish. One thing about doing... Ooh, I got to do the groundwork before I mount that radar dish. So let me go ahead and get that done. But one thing about doing this groundwork, make sure you use the right glue. Woodland Scenics, or whoever they are. Let's see, who makes this stuff? Woodland Scenics. They provide a glue for this. It comes in a spray bottle, and that doesn't work for an application like this. I've been using microcrystal clear, and I mix about 50% glue, 50% water. And I use a brush, and I brush it down. And this area right here, for some reason, came out looking really dry compared to this over in here. Actually, most of it looks that way. You know, and I think I'm just going to leave it. Because around the command center it doesn't look so dry, but the rest of it does. And that could be just written off as, well, it's kind of slightly in the desert. It's in a dry climate. So the grass and stuff's kind of sparse. Alright, so I'm just going to leave it. Anyhow, I'm going to do the radar antenna. This is the warning light for the radar antenna. I'm going to glue it down with some super glue. So, once I glue that, I'm done with the base work. The groundwork. Up next is getting that painted and getting that done, and the stop signs. I got to get the stop signs back out. And then the groundwork's done. It's just getting the Mercury 9 mounted on and getting all the little vehicles done. That will be a fun bit of chore, I think. But it's not undoable. Alright? So I will be back in a little bit. Okay, here we go. A view from the front. I'm not really digging this ring here of bushes. I might have to do something with that. I know I'm going to put some... I'm going to try to build a table and chairs for that. There's the radar dish. It is on the base now. Yeah, it's on there pretty good. Alright. I fixed the fence. Like I said, up next, I paint this. And I paint the corresponding part on the Mercury 9, which is living up there because Thunderpaws never goes up there. Okay? Once those are painted, I start working on this little house that sits here. And the parts that connect this to this and that connect this to the Mercury 9. Then I put the Mercury 9 on the base. After that, it's just vehicles and people. So this thing is very close to done. I have mount the Mercury 9, the parts that mount the Mercury 9, vehicles and people. That's it. This is going to be done very, very soon. And I got some touch-up painting around that LED. That's minor. Oh, stop signs. I forgot the stop signs. Stop signs will get done tomorrow. Okay? That's for sure. Stop signs will get done tomorrow. Well, there you go. There's a view from the front. I need to check this. This looks like it's unbalanced a little bit. Oh, and I just pulled it right out of the ground. So I'm going to reglue that down. Anyhow, I'll be back in a little while. Alright, I got the Mercury 9 here. There's a big wad of papers so I can spray paint this. I haven't even looked at these things in a long time. There's the ground structure that goes with this. And I got to figure out how I want to paint this. Okay, I'm doing a lot of painting with the Honda right now. And I've almost got all the Honda painting done. Which means that Honda is going to go together really quick after that. I just got to do electronics and put it together. And I've already got half of it put together. I got some things to think about on this one. Because I bought that cable sheathing. And I don't know where it went. I better find it. I bought that cable sheathing for this thing. Oh, it's probably in the Mercury 9 box. And this has a port for 2 cords. That cable is 1. So I got to modify this to fit 1 cable. I've also got the Mercury 9 taped off up here so I can paint the port that connects to the Mercury 9. So all of you, you can see I got some work to do. I got to figure out how all these parts go together. Here's the rest of the parts for the Mercury 9. There aren't many of them. Okay. And here's the directions on this part. Okay, the cord that came with it said paint it black, and I painted it and the paint never cured. So I threw the cord away. Because I was going to use that cord to get power to the Mercury 9. It would have been really good because this thing was designed for that cord. And I cut this part off because I couldn't get the wires through it. I think I still have that part in this bag though. Let's look and see. No, that part doesn't exist anymore. Oh, it's right there. I still have that part. It's right there. Okay. I don't have the bend to that part. There you go. I have the rest of this. The rest of this is for tying the cable down and supporting the cable up to the Mercury 9 itself. But I don't have that bendy part right there anymore. It was cut and lost. Oh, the cable wouldn't fit through it. It was a solid piece. It was never designed to have power running through it. Let's just put it that way. I had to do that. So I gotta figure out what color I'm painting everything and what's going on here. I really don't think this building should be the same color as the rest of the Mercury 9. As the rest of this. This has got to be some sort of metal. This does not. These tubes can be metal coming out. But this is a building of some sort. And this building over here should be a concrete color, I think. But these tubes, they can be whatever I want to make them. I can make them copper, I can make them whatever. And I might do some copper color on them because I've got some really good copper from All-Clad. So I'm going to get it figured out. I'm going to find that sheathing, see how it fits in this. I know the sheathing's here. It's in the box for the Mercury 9. I don't know where I put the box. The phone rang when I was looking through it and I set it down somewhere. Anyhow, I'll be back in a little bit. Alright everyone, one of the things that's been mystifying me for a long time is how to connect this cable to the base of the diorama. And I've just about got it all done. I went ahead and painted the cable holding tower. Mercury 9's not mounted on yet, and I'm going to do that in a few minutes. I'm going to use some 5-minute epoxy and just put it in the holding bracket and tie it down with that. And then this cable gets tied down to this gantry with those clips right there. When that's done, then I've got to take and wire it in here. I got to cut this a lot shorter, obviously. Okay? And I probably should have gotten it cut to length before I sealed it up there. The black is heat shrink tubing, by the way. It just dawned on me a few minutes ago the heat shrink tubing would look very good right there. And it does. And I made a somewhat custom connector there. So, once I let this sit for a little bit, I'm going to get that cable fed through there, get it cut to length, and get it soldered into the power on the main board. Once that's done, there's a little hut that glues over the top of this, and the Mercury 9 is mounted on the board. All that'll be left after that is vehicles and people. Okay? So this thing is coming together and will be done very soon. I'll be back in a bit. BB, say hi.
Okay, Nellie's birthday present came just a little bit late. I mean, like 3 weeks late. What do you think?
And that's me, right?
Yes, that's BB. And what do you think, Nellie? You love it? And BB's hiding. This is a digital painting. Basically, I sent a friend of mine named Paul a photo, and he turns it into a painting. Okay? From a distance, it looks like a photograph, but when you get up close to it,
you can tell that is not a photograph. You can tell it is not. From a distance, it looks like a photograph, though. Yes, BB.
How did he paint that well?
I don't know. You have to ask Paul. So ask him, because I know he'll see this. He watches my YouTube videos.
And BB has to say something, too.
Oh, yeah, you do, BB. What do you say for that one?
Say it.
Come on, BB.
Thank you, Paul.
Okay. I'm sure he's going to say you're welcome, because this is going on both YouTube and Facebook. Okay? It'll be a little bit, but it's going up. I got to empty the memory on this camera. It's pretty full. Okay? We done, BB?
Yeah.